Next, we'll look at some special cases when solving equations. Most of the time, you're going to get an answer like we did on all of the other problems we've done so far. Something like x equals 5, or x equals -2, or x equals 1/2. Sometimes you'll get something unusual, like 7 equals 7, or 18 equals 4. And that means something different. If you get a statement that is true, like 7 equals 7, that's called an identity. So here's an example. We've got x plus 2 equals x plus 2. If I follow my steps for solving this, the first thing I would do is look at each side of the equation as its own expression and simplify where I could. In this case, they're already simplified. The next thing I would do would be to try to add or subtract things on both sides until all of the variables are on one side and all of the constants are on the other. So in this question, what I'm going to do is try to move all of the x's over to the left by using an inverse and subtracting x from both sides. So on the right hand side, when I chose to do x minus x, I did that because it equals 0, and essentially it cancels out, and all I'd be left with on the right is 0 plus 2, which is 2. Now on the left, I actually end up with the same thing. X minus x is 0, and 0 plus 2 is 2. So I end up with a true statement, 2 equals 2. That's why this is called an identity, because it's always true. And what you'll do when you get something like this is that you'll say your final answer is either all real numbers, or if that's a lot of writing and you'd like to use less, there's actually a special symbol. It looks sort of like a capital R with a double line on the left. So you could either write the words all real numbers, or you could write this symbol which means all real numbers. The other thing that could happen when you're solving an equation is you could get something that's never true. So the same setup, we would try to solve this. When we go to solve this equation, let's say I was trying to move all of the x's to the left again, and I would subtract x on both sides, and on the left, x minus x is 0, 0 plus 6 is 6. On the right, x minus x is 0, 0 plus 10 is 10. I get a statement that's not true this time. 6 is not equal to 10. When that happens, you can either write your answers in words by writing something like no solution, or you could also use the symbol. The symbol for no solution looks like a 0 with a slash through it. This is called the empty set. Either of those would be correct.